There's a reason I've never talked publicly about the most important thing that's ever happened to me since moving to Medellin, maybe in my whole life. It's not because I'm ashamed of it, and it's not because I'm trying to hide it. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I hate giving that disease any airtime because I refuse to let it become a part of who I am. Now, everybody handles that diagnosis differently. But some people become advocates. Some people share every step of their journey. And I'm not judging any of that. For me, I just wanted to get better and shut the world out. There's another reason that I stayed quiet. And somewhere along the way, a lot of us guys get taught that admitting you're sick somehow makes us weak. And that asking for help means that you failed. And to be honest, I believe some of that myself. And I also knew that once something like that becomes public, especially when you're fighting it, some people stop seeing you as a person and start seeing you as a story. And I did not want that. So I stayed quiet. And the only reason I'm telling you today is because without this story, you won't understand why I become so passionate about the healthcare system in this country. When I got my diagnosis, almost everyone back home told me the same thing, and that was, come home, come home. Look, I get it. They love me. They're scared just as much as I was. And they wanted what they believed was the best thing for me. Now, I made a different decision. And looking back at that today, that decision saved my life. Not because I discovered some miracle or because Medellin is perfect. It's far from that. But it changed my life because becoming a patient changed the way I think about the healthcare system, not only back home, but also here. And that's what this series is really going to be about. Last week, I made a video about how Medellin is changing, and the tourists that it wants to attract is also changing. For years, the city became known for nightlife and cheap flights, cheap partying, cheap everything. But it also had to deal with all the headlines that came with it. And I think that era is finally starting to fade. Thank you. And honestly, I think it's a good thing. Because while everybody was looking at parquilleras, something much bigger was forming right over here, right where I live. So I want to introduce you guys to Ciudad del Rio. This is the area that I live in, and I've said it many times in the videos, so it's nothing new. But I want you to look around. This right here is kind of this whole area that's been built on being a medical area. So right over here, let's bring it back. This is called Torre Medica. Torre Medica is huge. We'll go up a little bit on it. There we go. You can see the whole thing. It's giant. And then over here, even bigger, is Clínica del Prado. You can go up and look at how high that one goes. But in this whole area, it's mostly medical and apartment buildings and just its own little self-sufficient community. But within blocks of where I'm standing, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of clinics. There's pharmacies. There's one really big one right there called Pastor. And on this side of this one, there's another one, giant one called Farmatolo. Now, what that means is this is showing this is not some random mistake that all of these things are here. This is showing you that Medellin does not want to be the sex tourism hub of Latin America. It wants to be the healthcare hub. It wants to be known for hospitals, for things like that. It doesn't want to be this like brothel or whatever it's becoming, this party city. And after my experience of the healthcare system here in medical, I completely understand why that's the case. Now, short field trips aside, whenever people hear the words medical tourism, they immediately go to one question. How much cheaper is it? And honestly, I think that's the wrong question to ask. Yes, of course. Healthcare costs dramatically less here. Health insurance is dramatically less here. But if that's the only thing you know about the system, you are missing the best part. The most important part, I'd say. The biggest difference wasn't the bill. It was how I was treated. Nobody rushed me. Nobody made me feel like I had 5 minutes to get out before the next patient rushes in. People answered questions. Doctors actually listened. Hell, my oncologist even gave me his WhatsApp number. Nurses remembered who I was. And I felt like a human being, not a number. Not a medical code. That was the biggest surprise to me. So, and also another thing, most of my audience is still men, so I'm going to talk with you guys, with the lads here. Guys, let's have an uncomfortable conversation. One of many, I'm sure. But most of us spend more time researching the next car we want to buy, or the next computer, or the next electronic, or the next whatever. We spend way more time doing that than we do understanding our own health. We ignore pain. We put off blood work. We skip physicals. Skip the uncomfortableness of a colonoscopy, for example. And we convince ourselves we'll deal with it next year. It's okay. No problem. Until next year becomes 5 years, which becomes 10 years. Somewhere along the way, we get taught that taking care of ourselves somehow makes us weak. I'm here to tell you it does not. Pretending nothing is wrong isn't strength. It's denial. And eventually, denial catches up with everybody. One day, your doctor asks you questions you never expected to hear. Or maybe your wife does, or maybe your kids. But that's when you wish you'd started paying attention sooner. And this series is going to be my way of encouraging you not to wait for that day, to get started early. So, one of the things that Medellin understands exceptionally well is that recovery doesn't end when you leave the hospital. First of all, you're going to spend less time in the hospital, because I think they realize that being away from the hospital helps your recovery a lot. When you leave the hospital, though, that's when your recovery actually starts. Look around you when you're in Medellin. There's fresh fruit everywhere. There's better food options. There's people walking, cycling, parks full of families and friends out having a good time. Every Sunday, Ciclovia closed down miles of some of the busiest roads in the city so people can get outside and move. That's not just recreation. That's not just a chance to go look at gorgeous women in their workout clothes. It's a city investing in healthier lives. Because, let's be honest, recovery isn't just medicine. It's also your environment. It's your stress levels. It's your sleep. It's your support system as well, which is a lesson I learned the hard way. One of my cousin's wives had elective surgery in Bucaramanga. The thing she kept talking about, it wasn't even the surgery. It was how smooth the recovery felt. It was how well she was cared for and how quickly she was back on her feet. That is so incredibly important, and people just completely gloss over that. If you've never had medical treatment here, then you probably have this picture in your head. Developing country, outdated hospitals, limited equipment. I had a lot of the same assumptions, but then I became a patient here. I had to go into the hospitals and go into the system. And I'm going to tell you, with all honesty, the best hospital that I've ever been to in my life is Pablo Tobon Uribe here in Medellin. It's clean, it's modern, it's professional, it's compassionate, which is something that a lot of the places in the United States share. It's not the medical workers who are the biggest issue in the U.S. They're some of the best. It's the system that they work in. Coming here completely changed my expectations, though. I think the biggest misconception a lot of Americans still have about Colombia is it's pretty damn modern here. Now, this video isn't really about medical tourism. It's about knowing your options before life forces you to start looking for them. Because none of us knows when we're going to become patients. None of us get to choose that day. What we can choose is whether we've done enough homework before the biggest decisions of our lives lands in our lap. This is the beginning of a completely new chapter for the channel, for Medellin Unfiltered. Over the next few months, we're going to meet doctors, we're going to meet some patients, we're going to meet people changing healthcare here in Medellin. We're going to talk about men's health. We can talk about dental care, hair restoration. Yeah, I know I'm not the best spokesman, but I don't care about that. But there are many of you that do, so we'll talk about it. Testosterone therapy, something a lot of you just have misconceptions about, and I want to talk about that in depth. Executive healthcare screening, something that we don't get in the US because they're so damn cost prohibitive, but there are options here. Plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, whatever you want to call it. Mental health and recovery. We're going to talk about the things that Colombia does incredibly well and the things it still needs to improve. And we're going to ask questions that most people never think to ask until they absolutely have to. And this isn't going to be a sponsored hype video. It's not going to be a travel brochure, and it definitely won't be fear-mongering either. It's going to be honest conversations designed to help you make better decisions if, God forbid, life ever puts you in that position. If that sounds like something you'd like to follow, I'd love to have you along for the journey. So subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. If you found value in this, or if you find value in any of the conversations we've had, I'd really appreciate you hit the like button over there. I think that's where it'll be. It genuinely helps YouTube share videos like this with more people. And I think that this is something that a lot of people need to watch. If there's somebody in your life who's been putting off taking care of themselves, send them this video. It's maybe exactly what they need to hear. And trust me when I say, when you need to hear this moment, the message will find you. So please, in the interim, please take care of yourselves, seriously. And if you want to know any specific topics to talk about, please put them down in the comments, because I want to know what is important to you guys. I want to know what you want to talk about. But until then, see you in the next video, guys. Take care of yourselves.